Here's a quick tip, how to repot your paint. To be clear, I'm only talking about water-activated face paints in this video. When you get your paint, it's gonna come in a round like this. A lot of face painters will actually keep their paint in these rounds and store them in containers that are made specifically to hold round paint containers. I'm not a huge fan, mostly just because I'm a huge fan of the square containers, so I'll show you how to repot your paint now, and then I'll give you some information as to why I like the square containers. Let's do it! Right here I'm working with a new pot of Snazaroo. I slice it in both directions and then take the points of each quarter and put them in the corner of the square container. It's nice and soft and I can easily press it into shape once it's in. In a perfect world, your paint would repot that clean every time. But perfect is boring, and paints come in a lot of different formulas and they also age. This paint is from Global Colors. It's a little bit drier than the last paint, but it's still soft enough to be able to mold into the square. Every single paint, even within brands, is gonna be different. It might be a little bit more crumbly like that one, or it might be really, really freaking goopy. However, when you find that your paint is so crumbly that you can't even press it into any sort of shape, that means it's probably really old. Old paints still work, they're just not gonna give you as nice of an application as a new paint. And you know, sometimes that's all that you can afford, so I'm gonna show you how to repot those too. Take your paint and crumble it to the best that you can in its new container. Get a spray bottle and spray your crumbled paint so that it's evenly covered. Take your crumbling tool and start working the water into the paint until it's soft enough to mold with your fingers. And that's all you gotta do. What you wanna be careful of is oversaturating your paint. This is water-activated paint, but if you douse your paint in water, it's gonna change the formula. So it's gonna be a different consistency, different texture, and will probably apply differently as well. Now, some people might suggest that you microwave it a few seconds to melt it so that you can work with it a little easier. I've tried that, and all it really did was cook my paint and dry it out, making it totally useless. So if it works for you, then rad, but I don't like to do that. Now why I like the squares. My fellow face painter Danette gave me this idea. I got this scrapbooking kit from Michaels, which holds super perfectly all of these little square containers. And these square containers are just wedding gift boxes that you get from Michaels too. You get 30 of them, and 30 fit in here perfectly when I have a full kit. Whereas in a round container kit, I could probably hold up to 16. I've never had one, so I don't know for sure. I've got these angular sponges, and I like the way that they go into the squares as opposed to the circle, because it doesn't have any edges. I just prefer it like that. I also like that these squares are deeper than most rounds, because on a windy day, I just tuck my sponge right into it, and it works out great. Something else that is really handy about these squares is that I can make split cakes that fit the sponge really nicely. When you have a circle split cake, you don't have as much paint on these edges as you do in the middle, so I feel like it just doesn't wear as evenly. I hope you liked this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!